Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you may be able to tell by my bare face, today I'm going to be talking you all through my updated skincare routine. I have already got one of these on my channel, but it's a few months back and a lot of things have changed for my skincare routine, so I thought I would just update you guys because I do get quite a lot of questions about what I do to my face to keep it kind of blemish free. Now I just want to do a quick disclaimer because yeah, my skincare routine is not simplistic. I'm not like a wash your face and go sort of girl. I am nearly 25 and I ain't getting any younger, so I do like to chuck as many things on my face that kind of help me stay young and kind of keep blemishes at bay and things like that. So there's a lot of products to go through. So if you guys are expecting a simple skincare routine, this ain't it. So the first thing I have isn't actually like a product that you chuck on your face, it's more of like a tool, and it is the Vanity Planet Spin for Perfect Skin. These normally retail for $100. I do have a code, it's just called Coco Chic. I'll leave a link to it down below, but you can actually get 70% off, so these are $30, which is like 22 pounds or something like that. So it's definitely one of the cheaper like cleansing brushes you can actually buy on the market. So I've probably been using this, I'd say every other day for around about a month now, and I've honestly noticed that my skin is so much smoother. I don't have overly dry skin, but it does just get rid of any dry patches like around my mouth. I actually use it on my lips as well, and it works really well for that, but also kind of like around my nose and just those sort of areas that do kind of build up with dry skin. I actually use this for a bunch of different reasons. Obviously cleansing is the main reason, but you can just see it's got one button, so it's really simple. You're not fiddling around with loads of other buttons, and you can actually remove the heads. And I also have this exfoliating one, which, as you can imagine, exfoliates. And then this is where it gets fun, because they have this like pumice stone one, which is amazing, like on your feet, because I don't tend to get it that often, but when I'm outside, I tend to not have shoes on in the summer. Like I'll go to the beach and I won't really wear shoes or anything like that. This is a lifesaver, so maybe a bit of TMI, but really good at scrubbing your feet. And then I also have this one here, which I've been using a little bit recently. This is so good if you fake tan. It's just a big body one, pretty much does the same thing as the exfoliating and cleansing one, but it's amazing for your body. I've said before in the past, like if you guys remember, I had a bit of eczema here, and the eczema went, but I was left with dry skin and nothing will get rid of it. I use this on here, and it's like pretty much gone. So I use it on like my knees, around my ankles, and just various places that I find that fake tan tends to stick to. Works a treat. Okay, so next I'm actually gonna move on to cleansers. Now the cleanser I have been using a lot, as you may be able to tell, is this one by Bare Minerals. It's their Oil Obsessed Total Cleansing Oil. And I love this because when I want to take my makeup off and I don't want to sort of faff around with eye makeup remover and things like that, I use this. It gets all of my makeup off in one go, just like maybe 1 or 2 pumps depending on how much of a full face you've got on, and you just massage it all over your face. I use it in the shower and it turns into like this sort of oily consistency. Obviously it's an oil, and then when you put water on it, it turns into like a milk. You just rub that around for a little bit, give it a little scrub, and then literally every single scrap of makeup, including waterproof mascara, is taken off. So as you can see, I have been loving that. So I'd say that Bare Minerals was kind of like my everyday cleanser, but then maybe once, twice a week, depending on how my skin is feeling, to kind of keep that dry skin at bay, I will use just good old coconut oil. Smells so good. This is the extra virgin Vita Coco, not sure how you say it, but you can get these for around about $5 and they last so long. Like all I do, as you can see, it is a solid, and I take a little bit, warm it up in my hands, massage it over my face, and you do have to take it off with like a flannel or something like that, just so you're not leaving like a really oily residue. But sometimes I like that. Sometimes I leave it on my skin overnight and I wake up the next day and I have like the most moisturized skin ever. But if you guys do want something on a budget, you want something natural, then just good old coconut oil. So what I actually like to do is I like to double cleanse. So sometimes I will double cleanse with that oil, or I will double cleanse with coconut oil, but more often than not, I will just go over with micellar water. This is one of my favorites at the moment. It's the Garnier micellar water. They also do like an oil one. I prefer this one. I think it feels like literally nothing on your skin, but it kind of takes off all the extra scraps of makeup, so like around your hairline or whatever. Just really like this. It's kind of like a final step of cleansing, or if I'm feeling really lazy. So when it comes to exfoliating, I don't tend to actually exfoliate that often because, like I said, this guy kind of does it all for me. But I guess every other day, every 2 or 3 days, something like that, I do exfoliate using an acid toner. This is the Pixi Glow Tonic, and as you can see, I have been loving this guy quite a lot. There are other ones of these on the market, like I've tried the Alpha H Liquid Gold, which is amazing, but it's like 40, 50 quid a bottle. This is around 10 to 15 pounds depending on where and when you get it. Does exactly the same sort of thing, lasts forever. I've literally had this bottle for like 2 years. So like I said, this is an acid exfoliator, but don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. With a normal exfoliator, obviously you have like granules and things like that usually. This is basically a liquefied version. So essentially all it does is eat away at your dead skin cells. So it just kind of leaves your skin feeling nice and smooth. So generally I probably use like 1 or 2 cotton pads every other night. Just pop a little bit on, sweep it over my face, and I don't notice a difference straight away. But I'd say probably after a week or so of using it, you can notice that your skin is a lot brighter just because it doesn't have any of the dry skin sort of sitting on top. But you know what? Sometimes I just want to get right in there and give my face a good old scrub. So sometimes, not all the time, I use the Sugar Face Polish by Fresh. As you can see, again, used a lot. You can see I've had my like claws in there trying to dig it all out. But this smells, it smells like lemon sugar. It smells so, so good. This is actually a mask. So the idea is you pop it over your skin, leave it for like 10 minutes or so, and then when you massage it, it does just exfoliate your skin because it does have little sugar granules in there. So I tend to use this as a mask more often than not, but sometimes I will just take a little amount and maybe massage it over my nose or something like that just to get rid of any dry skin. So that's a really good one, and it does last a long time as well. Next we'll move on to like daytime moisturizers and things like that. I actually don't tend to use a serum as often as I probably should. I use like everything else, but a serum I'm kind of like, I'll take it or leave it. But one I do like, and it is quite affordable as well, it's the Nip and Fab Glycolic Fix. Again, same sort of thing as the Glow Tonic. This has glycolic acid, this has glycolic acid. So again, it just keeps my skin really, really smooth. It's just a nice sort of bog standard serum. It doesn't like stay sticky on my skin or anything like that. It just sinks in really nicely and I don't feel it on my skin or anything like that. To be honest, when it comes to like daily moisturizers, I'm also kind of take it or leave it for a lot of things. I think it's because obviously I wear makeup quite a lot. So all I really ask for is something that moisturizes my skin and works under makeup. So this one by Kiehls is really good. Again, it's nothing to write home about. It's just something that I have been enjoying wearing recently. It's their Ultra Facial Cream. It's just a really, really nice one. I will leave links to a few of my other favorites in the description box down below, both sort of high-end and sort of more drugstore as well. But if you are in the market for just an everyday, really nice lightweight moisturizer that does moisturize your skin really nicely, this is a good one. Next up is a complete princess product, but I absolutely love using it. It's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I love this for when I'm wearing like a full face or I'm going out or something because it is the perfect moisturizer or even primer to go under makeup. It smells so, so good. It's kind of like orangey, lemony sweet. And you really don't need a lot, which is good because let's face it, it ain't the cheapest thing in the world, but I've used this just so many times and it still looks pretty much full. I'll then quickly just touch on a couple of masks that I really like. So I have 2 depending on what my skin is doing. If I want my skin to look a little bit brighter, then I use the Origins Mega Bright. I actually put this on overnight and it's like the only thing I wear overnight if I am wearing this mask. It's such a nice mask. Again, you can see all the things I have been really loving because they're nearly empty. And then we also have the L'Oreal, this is the charcoal one, it's called the Pure Clay Detox Mask. Super cheap. Again, you can see I've loved the crap out of that one as well, but this is really good if I find I have like a blemish or something like that. I'll even pop it on like specific areas of my face. So if I get a spot coming here or something, I'll put a little bit of that on my chin, wait for 20 minutes or so, wash it off, and it doesn't get rid of it instantly, but it does kind of help to push everything out my skin a little bit more. So spots kind of come and go a whole lot quicker. So then we'll quickly move on to my evening routine. Now my cleansers and toners and all the things like that stay completely the same, but my kind of moisturizers do differ a little bit. So the first thing is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. If you've been around for a while, you'll know I started using this a few years ago, like when I first started my YouTube channel, and I still love it now. I never really get spots, and I think it's pretty much down to this because I do use this maybe, again, every other night, every 3 nights, something like that. I always use it mostly on my chin and on my nose and kind of on my forehead, and maybe just also around like my temples and things like that, where I tend to get spots more than anything else. I used to get like, they weren't blackheads or even spots, they were just kind of little bumps that I could squeeze. Sorry if this is grossing some of you out, but I could squeeze them and like, they'd kind of be like blackheads. But since using this, and it did take like a month or so for this to actually work, but from using this, they completely went, and I tried literally everything, you guys, and I actually stopped using this for a few months. Those bumps came back, so now I make sure I use it often. So I guess we'll move on to another treatment, and it is this guy. This guy is expensive. It's the Sunday Riley Lunar Oil. You may have seen some beauty bloggers and things like that talking about this. This contains retinol, and that essentially helps to get rid of wrinkles and things like that. I have noticed I'm starting to get a few lines around my neck. I am nearly 25, so I do start thinking about that kind of thing. But yeah, about this product. So I literally use the tiniest amount because it is so expensive. And as you can see, it is literally a blue oil. Again, I put this on maybe every other day or so. I've been using it probably a little bit more often on my neck because I am a little bit conscious about these lines here. I don't even know where they come from. But yeah, I do pop a few drops of this onto my skin and kind of massage it in. And I have found that where I was getting like the slightest little creases around my eyes, and I've actually noticed that it has worked on my neck a little bit more as well. I do just notice that it does help to get rid of wrinkles a bit more. And yeah, expensive, but it works. Don't know what else to tell you. Next, we'll quickly move on to eye cream. Now again, I'm not overly fussy about the particular eye cream brand that I use. One that I do really like at the moment though is from Decleor, and it's their Regenerating Eye and Lip Cream. I don't use this on my lips because it's a lot more expensive than just a regular lip balm, which I'd much prefer. But under your eyes, it's so nice and lightweight, so I tend to use this in the evening as well. Whilst we're on the topic of lip balm, I mean, to be honest, I use pretty much whatever is in front of me, but the one that I use pretty much every single night is the Nuxe Rev de Mille. I have spoken about this before. It's £10, so when you are buying it, it's kind of like £10, but this will last me 6 months to a year depending on how much I use it. It's a really nice lip balm. I never get dry lips. Ollie always gets dry lips and he always asks me, you know, why do you never get dry lips? And it's down to this guy, because before I would always have like dry cracked lips, whereas no matter what I do, if I'm dehydrated, if it's cold outside, if I'm ill, if I use this every single night, then I never have a problem with dry lips at all. And then I'll quickly touch on night cream. So the one that I have been using recently, which is just really hydrating, is this one from Clarins. This is their Multi-Active Nuit. I do have the day cream as well. I don't actually know where that's gone, but I do really like that one as well. Again, not too fussy about night creams. I tend to just focus more on like treatments, so just kind of keeping my skin exfoliated and stuff like that with the glycolic acids and also the brush, and then also the retinol to keep those wrinkles at bay. But for just moisturizing properties, this is a really nice one. And then I do also have to mention this one. I think it's like the most expensive out of all of them. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you may remember me talking about this. Basically, I have a lot of skincare. Brands like send me PR packages and I get sent skincare, which is amazing. And I went to my cupboard one day and I picked out a night cream because I couldn't find that one there, and I thought, okay, yeah, fine, cool. And this is one of the best like nighttime moisturizers I've ever tried. It's for your eyes and your neck. I have been using it on my neck as well to get rid of that line. I was really enjoying it. And I was about to do like a little Instagram story about how much I liked it. And I thought, you know what, I'll quickly just check how much this costs. I think this is around £170. And then I was like, whoa, but I do really like it. But there's no way I'm ever gonna spend that much money on it, but it is really nice. But if you are in the market for a really nice night cream or like a neck cream or something, this is incredible. It's like really nice and tightening, but not in like an uncomfortable way. It does moisturize your skin, but you can actually feel that it does kind of tighten your skin and your neck at the same time. This is, I love this, but I hate the price tag, so make of that what you will. Okay guys, so that is everything that I chuck on my face on a daily basis. Like I said, it is not a simplified skincare routine by any means, but it's something that works for me. And of course, like I said, I will leave links to a few of my other favorites in the description box down below. Like I said, I do have a discount code to get 70% off that Vanity Planet facial brush. So if you guys do want money off, then just enter the code CocoChic. I'll leave a link to everything down below and you can get that for $30. If you do have any questions, then feel free to ask them in the comment section down below and I'll try and get back to as many of you guys as possible. If you did like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe if you do want to see more of me. I post every other day. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye.